What I want you to do is I want you to sit down on your birthday and on New Year's Eve. So you do this twice a year. You sit down and write out every single thing that bugs you, every person that makes you crazy, every single thing you can think of that you're angry about, unforgiven about, you haven't forgiven somebody else about, and you make a list. And I'll tell you something, I did this in 1981, it was 17 pages long. Well, I'm kind of an overachiever, you know, so. Now I want to give you a little hint, do not do this on the computer, or if you do it on the computer, do not have autosave on. You do not want this saved where anybody can find it. And then you can really never run for office. You know what I mean? Now after you get this list done, what I want you to do is you take this out to your hibachi, what do you call it, barbecue. Take it out to your barbecue and set that thing on fire. You set it on fire. You start doing this twice a year on your birthday and New Year's Eve, twice a year. You actually will start to get over it. You know, sooner or later we'll get over it. And there will be things that keep coming up for you. And that's a good lesson, because the lesson there is get help. It's not about forgiving and forgetting. It's about forgiving and remembering. You forgive so that they can't control you, because people you do not forgive are still in your life. They're still hanging out. They're like, you know, wrapped around your leg, and everywhere you go, you know, you're doing this. And so you forgive, take a big old hatchet, whoosh, cut that connection off. And if you can do that, and then you still remember, yes, I do forgive this person, and I don't forget what they did, so that now I can hold them at arm's length. And I can say, okay, I know who you are, and you have a right to walk on the planet, but just not with me. You know? You're talking on the cell phone, you're checking your email, the kid's asking you a question, you're walking through the house, putting things away while you're talking on the cell phone. Some of us even have the ear thing, so we don't even have to hold on to anything. We never pay full attention to anything. And we can't figure out why we're tired, why nothing gets done. Try this. Get a little timer, set the timer for 10 minutes, and say, for the next 10 minutes, I will focus on reading my mail. Ding! For the next 20 minutes, I will read my emails. Ding! Okay, for the next 10 minutes, I will clean the house. Ding! Start trying to focus a little more. You'll find yourself getting through with things a whole lot faster. This is one of the tricks I use for time management, is I set the timer just so that I can run around and do things, and I work against myself and I get a little adrenaline rush, and then I'm not in overwhelm anymore. And we make a huge difference just by showing up. Just by making eye contact, just by reaching out to somebody else and just giving a compliment. A month after I started my business, I get a phone call. This woman says, "You're Pacific Rim Seminars. I just heard about you." I said, "Yes, I am." She says, "I'm Pacific Rim Foundation. We would love to have you get involved with us, and it will only cost you $100 to join our organization." And before I could say no, she said, "Because we need a representative at the Pacific Asian Conference on Municipalities in Kuala Lumpur. It's coming up in 2 months. And if you join our organization, you can be our representative. You can be a delegate to the Pacific Asian Congress on Municipalities. Would you like that?" Oh, I don't know. I said, "Sure. What does it take?" And she says, "Well, you just have to go, represent Hawaii. We'll pay your airfare and your conference fee if you'll pick up your hotel." They send off the information. I get a letter back. We start faxing back and forth between Kuala Lumpur and Hawaii. They ask me for my flag. I said, "I don't have a flag." They said, "But you're president of Pacific Rim Seminars, yes?" And I said, "Yes." They said, "Well, just send us your logo, we'll make a flag." I said, "Sure." So I get to Kuala Lumpur, And they take me downstairs, and there is a black stretch limo with my logo on all four corners, with motorcycle cops in the front and the back, and the door's wide open, and I get in, and they say, Madam President, here's your limo. And I went, I am in so much trouble. My business card said president, but it was only one person. Me. I didn't even have a secretary. So they were sweeping me off, and I said, my hotel is down this other street, I think. And he said, oh, Madam President, we've taken the liberty of moving your reservations to the Shangri-La. And I went, oh, I'm going to have to sell my car. What am I going to do? So I get to the hotel, and I get up to my room, and I start to worry about my bags, and I look, and they have already unpacked my bags. They touched all my stuff. And I'm thinking, they touched my underwear. They touched my stuff. So I went through the week, and we spent all this wonderful time, and I was sitting at one of those tables you only see in the United Nations with the white tablecloth like this, and all these people with their name tags, and mine said President Terry, and it was really amazing. So here I am in Kuala Lumpur. It's been a week. Every day I came in, the Lord Mayor of Kuala Lumpur had special gifts for me, so I have little pewter things with his name on it. It's the end of the conference. I go downstairs to pay my bill with I have this Platinum American Express card that I'm really hoping is true, that it has no limit. And I hand it to him like this, literally shaking. And they said, oh, Madam President, please, the Lord Mayor would be insulted. We're picking up everything. And I rode back on the plane, and I didn't really feel safe till I'd actually stepped on the ground in Honolulu. But you think about what a difference one person made because I said what? Yes. It would have been really easy to say, well, you know, I don't have a passport. I don't have a lot of money. I don't know if I can come up with the money for the hotel. Don't we do that all the time? Say yes. How long do you think you've got? All it takes is for you to show up. Mark Victor Hansen says there's two types of people in the world, the kind that brighten the room when they walk in, and the kind that brighten it when they walk out. And over the door, in the doorway to the HR department, was a sign and a full-length mirror, and it said, would you hire this person? I was about to go in and see about getting hired, so I was fixing everything up, you know. But would you work for you? Would you give money to you? Gotta ask that. Every single time an employee screws up, it's a training moment. By the way, everything I talk about works at home. It's the same with a teenager. It's a training moment.